Physics is everywhere, even in creating magic. Here are some examples of the application of these concepts. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Projectile motion refers to the motion of an object projected into the air at an angle. Hence, it involves anything that is cast, fired, flung, heaved, curled, pitched, tossed, or thrown. As the juice was transferred from the can to the glass, projectile motion is evident. Torque is the tendency of a force to rotate an object about an axis, fulcrum, or pivot. In our magician's gestures, torque is present. Free fall is any motion of a body where its weight is the only force acting upon it. When the red ball was dropped, free fall is of the said ball occurred. Several concepts in physics are present in the talk. These include projectile motion or circular motion, rotational inertia, Newton's laws of motion, friction, center of gravity, and the universal law of gravity. Of energy transfer that occurs when an object is moved over the distance by an external force, at least part of which is applied in the direction of the displacement. The magician's lifting of her poles shows work. Rotational inertia is the measure of an object's resistance to any change in its state of rotation. Even if the Beyblade spun, rotational inertia is still present.
There are three types of Newton's law of motion. First is inertia. Inertia is a body at rest remains at rest and a body in motion remains in motion with constant velocity in the absence of an Beyblade hit the corner of the table, force was exerted on the Beyblade. This contributed to its change in motion, ergo it slowing down and eventually stopped. Next is the law of acceleration. The acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the net force acting on the object and inversely proportional to the mass of the object. Because the force exerted in Beyblade was large, its acceleration was high too. The third law is the law of interaction. When an object exerts a force on another object, the second object exerts on the first a force of the same magnitude, but in the opposite direction. The Beyblade exerted force on the table just as the table exerted force on the Beyblade. Next is friction. Friction is the force resting on the relative motion of solid surfaces, fluid layers, and material elements sliding against each other. Friction was present as the Beyblade moved around the table.
It is the point where all of the weight of the object can be considered to be concentrated. Because of the center of gravity, the Beyblade was able to continue to stay upright. Universal law of gravity. Every point mass in the universe attracts every other point mass with the force that is directly proportional to the product of their masses, and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. The gravitational force exerted by the Beyblade and the Earth were equal.